Do-do-do-do. Dun, dun, do-do-do-do-do. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Just waiting for people to come in. Do-do-do-do. Not gonna be on for long. Do-do-do. And let's see what happened. I'm so low. We got a whole minute. Hey, if you can, hi, TD. So, TD, it's just you and me right now. And I'm upstairs. I'm trying something different. Paul and Mel told me to try doing videos on portrait mode. So I don't have all my lighting. I don't have my whole setup down here. But this morning, Deb and I did a remote view on the Ramapo fault line, which is here. Hi, Mercury and Leo. So, oh, we got a few more people. Hey, TD, can you just text Wifey and Deb and tell them that I popped on live just for fun? I'm on my phone, so I can't really see how many people. I think I see 5 people on. So just say hey in the chat. We're going to talk about the controlled remote viewing session that I did earlier today with Deb. So I did something pretty cool. It was pretty cobbled together. So I set up, I have my Dick Sutphin. Oh, I do look different, right, Hutch? Yeah, like the lighting downstairs makes a big difference. I look my whole age here, my whole 52 years. So I'm working with sunlight here. I'm like a vampire. So, Deb and I did a controlled remote viewing session. So I have the DVD for Dick Sutphin here. They're a little bit tricky to find, but I did find that if you go to dicksutphin.com, you can get a link to Vimeo, and they have a bunch of his. Hi, Foxy. They have a bunch of his hypnosis videos, so you can do remote viewing, automatic writing. They do have the past life regression on there, but it's through Vimeo, so somebody is hosting all of those. But just refresher, controlled remote viewing. I thanks, TD. Thank you for doing that. Controlled remote viewing is when you take your psychic telescope and you go look at a place. So I was positively freaked after our live yesterday. We had an aftershock at about 6 p.m. our time. And really, I was really unsettled by it. I did live in California. California is a little bit different because their infrastructure is built for tornadoes, for hurricanes. There's a lot of flexibility in all of the hey, Orion's Belt Tarot, first live stream here. Howdy do. It's good to see you, fellow tarot reader. I'll give you a follow back once I get off this. So in California, the construction, and Gregopedia kind of filled me in on this, the construction in California is built to flex and move with you, or with the movement of the event. So my first apartment that I had in LA was actually on casters. The building was built in the 1920s, and it kind of rolled around when we had earthquakes. The home that I bought in Eagle Rock actually had steel girders into the bedrock. We were up on bedrock, so everything kind of moved together. Here on the East Coast, we're built for hurricanes, floods, those kinds of things. So everything's much more rigid to withstand wind and those kinds of things. So earthquakes are exceptionally scary here because what's going to happen if we have an earthquake is everything's very rigid. Good night, Hutches. I'll see you guys later. You can watch this on the replay. So what's going to happen if we have earthquakes here is everything's very stiff and it will break. So that was one of my concerns, and I'm like super nervous going into the basement now. But anyway, so I did a setup. I set up my DVD player up here, and I played the hypnosis DVD again for Dick Sutphin, and you can find it through dicksutphin.com. It's on a Vimeo link. And I do think you have to buy it, but so be it. I have the DVDs, and I just hooked it up so Deb could do it with me. It was her first try on remote viewing, and she was very relaxed. So it does take some practice. But what I got and how we can do this is I usually look at like a map of the world, and I kind of zoom in. So again, remote viewing, you are looking through a psychic telescope. You're not actually there. It's psychic telescoping. When you do astral projection, you actually astrally project to the location. Remote viewing is more appropriate if you're doing psychic spy stuff, or if you're going to see somebody you don't want them to know you're there. That because you're actually not there. You're viewing from a distance. When you do the astral projection, you actually go to the location. So I went over the map and kind of zoomed in on the Ramapo fault line, which is near Bedminster, New Jersey. The Trump Golf Club is there. There's a whole bunch of stuff that goes on there. But it's not that far from us. I think it's maybe 50 miles. Like, it's pretty close to us. So we felt a good shake. One of my cousins lives pretty close to it as well. She felt a real good shake, and she's in a building, a high-rise building. So I flew over the area, and what the first thing that I noticed was there was a great deal of static electricity when I was up above, about 100 feet above the ground. I felt very static electricity, felt very wifey, I already did the CRV. I'm just gonna give my notes on it. So and thanks everybody for being here. I see there's 23 people. Hit the like, and I can see the comments as they're flying by. So if you have any comments or questions, you can go ahead and throw them in there. So there was almost a sparking sensation, like when you get static electricity and you touch something and it goes boop, and you get that little spark. I was feeling that kind of sensation about 100 feet above the fault line area. Let's just say it's a general area, and I found that there were like 2 levels of air. There was a much denser level closer to the ground, like below me. And then where I was, it was like this electrified current up there. It was pretty wild. At that point, I decided to dive underground. And here are my notes. So I drew some pictures. So you'll get some pictures. So here, this was the top layer of ground that I went through, and it was very brown, reddish brown, rich soil, but it was thin. It was the thinnest layer that I saw. It was very compact and stiff, felt very solid, like it would be difficult to break through it. It wasn't dry and crumbly like gardening dirt or anything like that. The second level of soil that I went through was very sandy. It wasn't sand. Hi, Scallion. It was not sand, but it was sandy. And this is a notable level because what I could feel was this hard level underneath, and the sand was kind of rubbing against it. So this is like a slip level. I would say that's a slip level. Again, those of you that are just joining in, I did a remote view on Mercury and Leo in Pennsylvania people. I felt Pennsylvania. I didn't feel it. I felt the one we had back in 2010. I think we had another tremor in New Jersey. So, I think we had another one around lunchtime. I'm watching the website. So they are like dropping that in and saying where things are. To date, to this afternoon, there were about 10 aftershocks that they knew about. There 2 of them I think were notable. So when you look at this is the lower level, and this is the top level. This is the top part that's kind of scraping along. This lower level here is very hard and very solid. So we're going to go there. The top level that I saw, which was those 2 first levels, they are above ground. They're actual ground. The harder level is under the water. So this extends out into the ocean, and you can see, all right, I am not an artist at all. I really can't draw to save my life. I'm stick people, that kind of stuff. My husband and my daughter, they're the artists. I am not an artist. I can't draw. But this is my coast of the United States. And I did look at some maps, and I don't think that this is necessarily Florida. I think this goes down to like Georgia area. But what I found, the event was like up here, okay? This is where the epicenter was. And this dotted line area is the area that is in danger of breaking away. I did say breaking away and falling into the ocean or going under. I can't remember what the name of that is when the water comes up over the landmass in an earthquake. I think I want to say it's subduction. I don't know if that's the correct word, but this area is absolutely positively going to be inundated with water and some crumbling into the water. The big heavy plate that I saw extends all the way out into the water. Now, when I went on to it's earthquakes.usg.org. When I went on there, they do give you the map, and they show you where all the cliffs are in the water, so you can actually see all of that, and you can see where the event happened. And it's all over the world. Like they have all over the world, so you can follow any of the earthquake action. So when this happens, when this bigger event happens, we're going to get flooded down here this is the Louisiana, New Orleans, for those of you that aren't from here. We're going to get flooded this way. Florida is going to become like a bunch of islands. I'm sorry, but they're going to be larger islands. They're not going to be really itty bitty ones, but this is all going to get washed out. This whole Louisiana area, this is just going to be all craziness with a lot of water. We're going to have a lot of rubble in here, and I'll get to that a little bit more. It's not going to fall off cleanly. It's going to be a lot of rubble in the water. 2026, we are going to have a notable event here. Now, I always say with tarot that things, there's always free will, that things are always negotiable. Like, it's not a guarantee. But with this kind of event, this is a geological event. There are pressures that are going on underneath us that we really can't change. And I don't think that our technology is to the point where we can change this. Oh, wifey, thank you for dropping the link for Foxy there. I appreciate that. That's awesome of you. Thank you so much, darling. So I stepped back from the active reading, from what's going on right now, from the conditions that are right there. Those of you that are jumping in, this is a remote view that I did on the Ramapo fault line, which is here in New Jersey, and it affected me personally because we had an earthquake. We had several aftershocks. So we will have 2 or 3 more events, felt events in the next few days to a week in specifically New York and New Jersey. We're going to have events that everyone feels, please don't let one happen now, because when we had the one at 6 o'clock last night, I was scared skinny. I literally was on the couch hanging on to Greg's hand, absolutely terrified. I've never been so scared in my whole life. In LA, I used to just have an earthquake and go about my business and go have a cup of coffee. Like, it was no big deal. But here it has really freaked me out. Orion's Belt, if you go to dicksutphen.com, DICKSUTPHEN.com, there's a link there. You can link to that Vimeo account, and for like $15, you can do the remote view. It's super, super easy. Super, super awesome meditations that Dick, if you're not familiar with Dick Sutphen, he's amazing. He is absolutely, we have sadly lost him in 2020, but he is an amazing hypnotist. So the next year or so, We're going to have at least one more notable event here in this area. Geologists and I want to say volcanologists, but it's not volcanologists that are involved in this, it's earthquakeologists. They're going to start to pay more attention after that next event. And they're going to, at that point, start looking for more funding, more grants. They're going to start to look to put more money into their system. The key for them is not to panic people, but they do need to get as much notice as possible. Now, on the earthquake blah blah blah.org site, there is an area where you can register if you felt the earthquake, what your experience was, if things fell off your cabinets, if pictures were moved on the walls, that kind of thing. Seismologist, thank you, Gregopedia. I thought you were working on the printer downstairs. What are you doing? You want to come upstairs? I won't put you on camera, don't worry. So they're going to start looking for funding because their key is not to panic people. They're looking for more early warning systems. And this is something that was on the earthquakeusg.org site, is that when you go in there and you say where, you know, if your location, and you actually can put like your coordinates in there. It's pretty cool. When you do that, you can also, it asks, do you want to answer more questions? And so I did it. And the more questions were, did you get your early warning system? Did you get an email? Did you get a text message? Did your phone go off? We got nothing. We got nothing. We got nothing. We got nothing. I don't think I've ever gotten an earthquake warning. I mean, hurricanes, we can see them coming a mile away, or many miles away. You know, Sandy, the one that was before that, the hurricane that wasn't, we got plenty of warnings for that. The fire department comes through, they have bullhorns, they tell you to get out, they tell you it's going to flood. They kind of can predict what's going to happen in those situations. But with earthquakes, it's my understanding we really can't determine when or where they're going to happen. Right now, the seismologists, thank you, Gregopedia, the seismologists' concern is that, and this was a quote that I got, again, remote viewing, within 10 years, we are going to have an event on the East Coast of catastrophic proportions. So I am predicting within 10 years, we are going to have a pretty severe event here in terms of earthquake activity. Other things that came in Vermont, for those of you that are out of the United States, Vermont is all the way up in the top of New England. Vermont is going to have ocean views or a coastline. Vermont is very mountainous. They're going to be able to see the water from there. They can't see the water from there right now. New York City is not going to be gone. I mean, there may be some island bits, but New York City is going to be gone. It's going to be absolutely gone. New Jersey is not going to be here. We're not going to have it. Again, I'm predicting 2026, we're going to have a pretty significant event. But this was kind of jumping forward into future years. Western Pennsylvania may have some ocean views. The water line over where New Jersey was previously is not going to be smooth passage. It's not going to be like everything falls off and it all gets swept out to the ocean. It's going to be very cluttered. There's going to be a lot of debris there. It's not going to be smooth sailing right up to Pennsylvania. A lot of rubble between PA and the open ocean. So some interesting things that I did find. And, you know, again, I don't like to, you know, stake my reputation on you know, standard readings, because you know, there's always free will that can go into play. But in this case, I do think that it's a little bit alarming. I do think that there's something here that we should keep an eye on. Now, I had Deborah do the reading with me too, and she got a few things. Oh, wait, I'm using Edgar Casey's map. No, I'm not using Edgar Casey's map. So, hi Zebracorn. It's 46. It's nice to meet you. I'm not using Casey's map. So I do know Casey's work, but this is, you know, I definitely carved out more. So I don't, if he has a map, let me know about it. I'm unfamiliar if he has a future map that he drew. So this is what I'm thinking. So I'm still a little bit nervous. Oh, AZ, this is, I did a remote view on the, wow, there's a lot of chatting here. It's going by really fast. I did a remote view on the Ramapo fault line that's here in New York, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. And I did a little fast forward on it. And I do think that we're going to have some, oh, thank you. Thank you, wifey. I appreciate that. I don't know. I'm not trying to plagiarize somebody else's work. Oh, and is Simon Says here? Hi, Simon Says. So, yeah, a little bit alarming, but I'm going to keep reading on it. I'm also going to do, tomorrow, I'm going to do a reading. Oh, Zebracorn, thank you. Wifey is one of my mods. She's one of the mod squads. She is going to send one over to me. She can text that to me. She's got direct access. But I'm going to do a remote view on the New Madrid fault line because everyone is saying that because of the apex of where the two path of totality for the two solar eclipses, that it's potentially going to cause seismic activity. I'm still a little foggy on how exactly that works. I did read an article on it, and it did seem somewhat plausible. It did seem like it had some value to it. But so I do want to do a reading on that. We Greg and our friend Mike and I already did a remote view on the solar eclipse for Monday, and we got some interesting stuff. I talked a little bit about that. And oh, Foxy, go on. That's a huge compliment. If you're telling me you think I look as pretty as Destiny, that's a huge compliment. Thank you, honey. It's because I'm wearing my Godzilla shirt. I'm thinking about all kinds of disaster stuff. So we will. I will be back. Now, this is a really cool, like, Mel and Paul from the Fitness Hutch, they told me to do this portrait method and on my phone. I very rarely do lives on my phone like this. I usually do them down in my office in my whole setup. So Foxy, that's my nickname for Gregopedia. I call him Godzilla. So there's a song, an old song from the 70s, Godzilla, and I wanted that to be that his song at our wedding, but didn't do that. We didn't do that. So, thank you, Simon. Simon Says, like I said, I'm up in my living room. This isn't like the best lighting. Sun's going down, so I'm not like, kind of crazy lighting. But, so tomorrow I'm going to do remote view. I'll probably do that first thing in the morning, and then, I'll do another live, maybe in the afternoon for you guys. So, oh, Mercury and Leo knows this song. Go, go, Godzilla. So I hope you guys like this. I hope I'm not scaring anybody. I'm a little scared. I'm thinking maybe we need to go. I love this house, though. I love my house. I don't want to leave my house. Here, you guys, yeah, I'll give you a treat. You can see our front yard. And there's our front yard. And sweet baby Raven, who is, wait, where are you, Raven? I can't get you on screen. There you are. Oh, she's still not feeling great. Hey, Jay Marcus. Raven either hurt her hip or her back, and so we have a heating pad on her, and we're giving her massages, trying to get her back to normal. She seems like she's doing a little bit better today. She was not doing well yesterday. So I think we've got her at least kind of mellow. I'm hoping tomorrow's going to be a great day for her. So, but with that, guys, so I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope I can go back and see the comments once this closes out. Orion's Belt. I love that name. Oh, so yes, Orion's Belt. So yeah, if you guys want, you can ask me questions. Orion's Belt. Remote viewing is like you have a psychic telescope and you are looking at the location from a distance. Astral projection is when you leave your body and you go to that other location. Now, I studied remote viewing with intuitive specialists. Lori Williams runs that school. It's an online school. It's a great program. She's got a couple of books out too. You can get any of her books, but it's intuitivespecialist.com. You can go to the website. There's a 3-day course that you can take. They drop a video. I think it's for 3 days or 3 weeks. And you get a little taste of remote viewing. And at the end you do a target, and you'd be really surprised at your results. I had Paul and Mel do it, so it's pretty surprising. But really, really great, way to study remote viewing with a team. You have lots of team members that you can bounce ideas off of. But the reason why they started doing remote viewing versus astral projection, we started remote viewing in our government, U.S. government, because we found out during the 50s that the Soviets were doing it. They had psychic spies that were extracting information. And so we started our own program. When you astrally project, sometimes if there are people there that are empathic or sensitive to that kind of thing, they can potentially sense your presence there. Now, when we did the remote view, when Greg and I did the remote view of the eclipse, Greg went to a location in Ohio, and he exited out of his remote view there because he sensed that one of the entities that was there, I can't tell you exactly, there were different heights. It was like that scene in Men in Black. Greg sensed that one of the entities, or several of the entities, noticed him, and he was like, oh, I better get out of here. So he kind of hustled back. And so I re-instructed him on that, like how to, use it as a telescope versus going to the site and kind of tra-la-laing. It's very natural to go to the site and kind of tra-la-la and just be there. So doing the remote view where you stay in your body is just something that takes a little bit of practice. So we started, our government started doing the, hang on, I'm just scrolling back. Oh, we had to block somebody. Yeah, astral projection is really fun. So if you do the go to intuitivespecialist.com and take the 3-day course. The big course is really expensive, but you may be ready to take that, but go over there and check it out. You can also Gregopedia, like Ingo Swann looked at the moon. Was it Ingo Swann? I thought that was Pat Price that looked at the moon. Ingo Swann is another famous remote viewer. Pat Price is a really famous one. If you look him up, some weird things happened to him. He's not with us anymore. So who is EE? Was there somebody being jerky? Okay. Yeah, so TD spanked somebody. Nordic Joshua Graham. What's my opinion on Israel? My father is Jewish, so there you go. That's my opinion on Israel. And Isha Riz, hi. I said hello to you. Hi. Wait, Pat Price was Mount Shasta, and Pat Price was also Alaska. Oh, we have a 12-year-old. That's whoops. So that's what so Orion's Belt. So check that out, and also check out the Dick Sutphin site, because I'm telling you, the meditation that Dick Sutphin sets up, like the hypnosis that he sets up for you, you're gonna feel like $1 million. You're gonna go deep. You're gonna go, really what? Okay, Nordic. Shush. Oi, you're making me nuts. I can't stand it. Oh my God. The accent came out. The Jersey accent came out. All I want to do is talk about the fault up in North Jersey. Oh my God, you're making me crazy. So, Nordic Joshua Graham. I can't figure out if he's a Viking, a Jewish guy, or if he's English. So yeah, so it's actually pretty cool. You can use the remote viewing in lots of different stuff, especially Orion's Belt. If you're working, professionally, you can use it to find objects for people. Greg and I found our friend's cousin's dog. I guess a year and a half ago or something like that. She called us up in the car and she was like, she's she was like, the dog went missing. She was dog sitting and she's like, the dog went missing. I need help. And so I did all the note taking while Greg was driving, and we found him. We actually found, between the two of us, we kind of drew out the house and the woods, and there was a pathway between it, and there was a park, and the dog was in there. So um it's pretty cool. You can find lost rings. You can find, I don't know, I want to find a bucket of money someplace. But oh, speaking of, we should probably all go get lottery tickets. But you can use remote viewing for that. That is another thing that you can use it for. One of the things that you should do if you're going to look for lottery numbers, and I have to be honest, this is the first time I ever tried to get lottery numbers with colors. You associate a number with a color, and when you do your remote view, you want to have those colors come in. So every color is going to represent a number. So you have, 0 through 9, and you associate that with. We could do a mini class on that. I think that would be cool to have a mini class on that. Just trying to get lottery numbers. So maybe we'll do that. Let me see. Zebra corn. Felt the quake down here. And oh, you're in Baltimore. Zebra corn 46. Do I have to say zebra corn 46? You remember the 5.8 in 2011. There was light shaking. Last time. Oh, your foundation was cracked. Son J. Marcus. Yeah, I got the trolls. So, extra coin does not hurt. Does not hurt. Zebra. Zebra, it's nice to have you in here. You're a lot of fun. Yeah, we could, you know what? Tomorrow I will set up a class, for next week. And if you guys want to come, we'll do the hypnosis, and we'll get everybody to associate the colors with a number, and we'll do some lottery numbers. We'll see what we come up with. Why not? Babulal. I am good. I'm wrapping up though. And AJ from England. Hi. I am Babula. I'm on the East Coast of the United States. Hi from Coventry, XTF, Layton. Nice to meet you. We have lots of new people on here. So, new people. I'm on the East Coast of the United States, right where the earthquake just happened. So, I did a remote view on the location and the fault line. There's a fault line called the Ramapo fault line there. It's a pretty big fault line here on the East Coast. Hi, Debbie Hughes. Oh my God, there's so many new people in here. This is fantastic. I think I'm going to use this format a lot more often. I'll use this always for my remote viewing. I think I'm going to do more remote viewing for the channel. So basically what that format's going to look like for you guys is I will do the remote viewing privately. And Mercury and Leo, you're originally from New Jersey? Holy crow. Wow, that's awesome. It's New Jersey keeps sucking me back. But if my prediction comes true, I think I need to hightail it out of here. I think I need to get out of here. So, yeah, there's a million people. Oh, I could show my feet. Look, I have my Ziggy Stardust sneakers on, so I have no problems with that. So, AJ, I hope that does it for you. Oh, so yeah, England and Australia in the house. Woo! We love that. I just got a new shipment of Yorkshire Red, and so I'm all teed up. I filled up. No, Mercury, I don't care. I'm in Middlesex County, so we're about we're about AJ. Gregopedia is my husband here, so take it easy, sweetie. Save it for OnlyFans. Hi, Michael Hughes is my idol. Idol Willie. You're from Ocean County. Okay, yeah. I used to live in Monmouth County. I was a little bit further south. So Ocean County is a lot further south, but you get the gist. It's like this is the gateway to the Jersey Shore where we are, but we're like about a half hour, 40 minutes from New York City, and then we are, like I said, we're maybe 50 miles from where the epicenter of this earthquake was. So no, AJ, you know what, that's cool because I do have these awesome Ziggy Stardust sneakers on. So I have no problem showing those, and usually when I'm downstairs in my office I can't do that. Look at me, I've got my foot all the way up here. It's amazing. Oh, you're in PA now, Mercury and Leo. So yeah, Lucy's in London. Oh, Michael, thank you. Thank you. Oddly enough, we were dog sitting last week, so I didn't do a lot of production last week. And I like lost like oodles of subs. So one more is great. Oh, Michaela. I'm sorry, it's not Michael Hughes. It's Michaela, yes. So my shoes are rad. Yeah, my other tarot buddy that lives here, my buddy Shelly, she actually ordered them and they were the wrong size. And she was like, I don't know if you want these and I don't know if you fit them. And I was like, I will cut my toes off to wear those. So I'm taking them. So, all right, guys. Well, listen, I am going to wrap it up. Thank you for showing up. So many people were here. This was really cool. Let me know in the comments so that I can look at them later if you guys want to do more remote viewing and some things that you want me to remote view. Here, AJ, I can let you look at here. You get some Raven feet. Don't show my feet. There she is. Hi, Raven girl. So our poor baby girl. Yeah, Foxy, we got lots of new people here. It's super fun. So everybody hit that subscribe button. And oh, Annabelle's husband is Gregopedia. That is Gregopedia is my husband. So he's a good guy. He's downstairs. I thought he was doing something, but he's on his computer or he's on his phone. So I thought he was doing something else. But so listen, I'm gonna jump, guys, but I will be back tomorrow because I'm gonna do the New Madrid fault line, which is where the paths of totality of the eclipses are crossing, and they're saying that there's going to be some weird seismic activity as a result of that. So I want to check it out. So thank you, everybody. Mod Squad, thank you so much for being here. You guys are fantastic as always. Foxy, you are my favorite. Gregopedia, I'll see you in a minute. All the new peeps, thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you guys later, okay? Bye-bye.